Hey guys, as you can see, we're doing this video in Hollywood. There's the Hollywood sign right there. And this video, of course, you know, is about Kristy Alley. Kristy Alley, there was a bunch of people that made comments about her passing at the young age of 71. And, you know, all these people are people that knew her, some of them their whole life. Well, my story and my interactions with Kristy was only twice, but she left me with such a memory, a positive memory of her. What a down-to-earth, smart, cool gal she was. And we're gonna talk about how I met her. It was February 1996, where I just finished my publisher for the book Cop Without a Badge. It's right there, see, Cop Without a Badge. They rented out Elaine's restaurant, which is located on 2nd Avenue and 88th Street. It's world famous, owned by Elaine Kaufman, great gal. She's passed, she's no longer with us. And so from 5 to 8, we had closed the bar. And one of the customers that were waiting to come in to dine there was Kristy Alley and her two friends. So now the party's over, and Charles Kipps and I, Paul Servino, and a couple of other actors were at a table. When you walk into the restaurant, there's a bar on the left and there's tables on the right, and we had the first table right by the window of the establishment. And I was with a reporter from Dan's newspaper from out in Long Island, and she covered the book party, as did the New York Times, the New York Post. And we're going to put a little thing up about all the people that were there to do reviews on my book. And so, anyway, Elaine's restaurant back then had a bunch of famous photographs of actors that frequented the restaurant, and they signed it to Elaine or Elaine's restaurant, and the walls were covered with movie memorabilia. Wow, to get on that wall, to get your picture on there, you really had to be somebody. And that night I found out that I was somebody. Because as I was sitting down at the table, Charles Kipps, the author of my book, said, "Hey, I got some good news for you. We made the wall." And I said, "What?" He said, "We made the wall. Elaine put our book on the wall," and then he starts explaining to me what an honor that was. And I go, "Oh," and he points, and it was about 5 feet, 6 feet above one of the tables that had 3 women dining right under the book. So I go, "Oh man, I got to get a picture." Now he's telling me what an honor it is. So the reporter from Dan's paper had one of those cardboard cameras, believe it or not, a journalist, right? She had one of those Kodak cardboard picture cameras. And she says, "Well, I got one picture left." She's got one picture left. I said, "Oh, good, give it to me and then you can send me the picture later." So I go walking down to the table under my book. And I turn and I'm facing the 3 women. One of the 3 women was Kristy. She was in the middle. And as I pulled up the camera, she said, "Wait a minute, wait a minute." And I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me get my 2 friends in." So she gets her 2 friends in. She gives them the hug. And then she says, "Go ahead, take your picture." Well, I wasn't there to take her picture. I was there to take the picture of my book. And she's posing and she's kissing. She goes, "Go ahead, take the picture." So now I squat down and I'm trying to get her in and my book. Because don't forget, only got one picture left. One picture left. I wanted to get it. So I realized it's Kristy Alley. So I go, yep. My one picture, boom. And I took it to her and her 2 girlfriends. And I said, "Yeah, well, thanks a lot." And so we started talking. And she goes, she didn't know that the reason she couldn't get into Elaine's for 20 minutes was because of me. So I walked back to the table and I said, "You're not going to believe this. Kristy Alley was there." I pointed the camera at her. trying to get the picture of the book above her head, and she thought I was taking her picture. So everybody started laughing, and I said, well, here's the picture to the girl from Dan's paper. And so that was the end of that. So now, 2 weeks later, now that night, she found out why she had to wait outside in the freezing cold for 20 minutes to get into the restaurant. And she found out that there was a book party for this guy. So now I come in 2 weeks later, she's sitting at the same table, my book's above her head. She doesn't even realize it's up there. And I walk by her, I see her again, I go, hi Kristy, how you doing? She goes, oh, I just wanted to congratulate you. I heard you got a movie deal. I heard you got about your book, and we're talking. And it was a lot of small talk. But usually when you meet celebrities, and I met plenty of them, the conversation usually is one way. So you're talking to them, but it wasn't that way. She started talking to me. She said, have a seat, sit down. And she goes, I'm so flattered that you took our picture. And she's going on. I go, well, Kristy, I got something to tell you. I said, actually, I didn't know it was you. And I wasn't there to take your picture. I wanted to take the picture of my book above. And she goes, oh my God, I feel like are you kidding me? I said, no, there's my book right there. There's my book right there. And I never got that picture. And don't forget, back then, nobody had camera phones. So I go, oh my God. She goes, oh my God, I feel like such a schmuck. You took my picture instead of yours. And then we start talking. And she wanted to know about me. And I'm a stranger off the street, and I was the one that caused her to wait in the freezing cold in February, New York City, for 20 minutes or whatever it was. So, so after I told her that, and we had a little chat, and she was talking to me. It's not like most celebrities, you talk to them and then they dismiss you. Kristy Alley was a down-to-earth gal, and one that left an impression of me, and it's been, 27 years now? She left the impression because she was so kind and so sweet to me, and the way she acted when she found out that I wasn't really taking a picture of her. I was trying to take a picture of my book. So I thought it would be fitting to tell you guys that I only had 2 encounters with her, and they were great, and I didn't know her for a long time. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, and what a great gal, what a great vibe I got from her. Rest in peace, Kristy. God bless you.